So, in the last 4 months, I spoke with easily over 150 women. I've dated between 30 and 40. All of them good looking, but some of them were very fucking hot. Hot to the point that they got approached day in and day out by men taller than me, more handsome than me, bigger than me, richer than me, with more status than me, likely better at game than me. And yet, I still got them. Not all of them, not by far all of them. Many we didn't match, many just rejected me up front, many I fumbled. But a good number, a good few of very attractive women I closed. And I didn't know why. I just couldn't understand because they could be dating 35-year-old Chad with a boat and a house, a nice car, just paying for 5-star hotels and just tall, rich, and handsome, bigger than me. I have a good physique. I don't think I look horribly. I ate some cheese, so I have a breakout, and I didn't sleep tonight. But I think I don't look that bad. Achieving my dreams and whatever, but I'm not nearly as successful as other men. And so I was like, why are you dating me? And I couldn't really ask because it would come across as super insecure just asking why they're dating me instead of better options, right? And so I didn't ask. And I didn't understand until I remembered a video I watched. And the video is from Chris from 1M. And the video was saying that as a man, external attraction, initial attraction that comes from status, looks, and money, that is important. That gets your foot in the door and is super crucial if you want to date super attractive women. But regardless of that, you will be still judged based on who you are as a person, based on who you are as a man, on your character. And all those exterior validation points, all those exterior success factors, they just buy you more time. Because, for example, I could be approaching a 10 out of 10 supermodel, and I likely get zero chances. I may get one chance, I may get two chances at best, and that's it. If I close, if they find me attractive, awesome, it works. If they don't find me attractive, if I fumble, they just go to the next. Someone else, just to make it simple, an actor or a footballer, right? They get more chances than me because they have more, maybe better looks, more money, and more status. And so they may get a week, a month, maybe a couple months, I don't know. But then still, they will be judged on your character. They just get more time, more chances because the women kind of hope that the guys, are good and because they could be good, they have all the exterior things and they really just wait for them to show their character and to prove that they are about their shit. But still, if they don't manage to have their shit together, if they don't show their character, they'll still be skipped and the women just go to the next person. And so all those things are super important, but they really just get your foot in the door and buy you time. In the end, you will be judged based on your character. And I also don't like the mentality of, or like, the cope mechanism of, oh, screw the money, screw the looks, no status, just be yourself and everyone will love you. Because I think that's bullshit. I think you need to develop yourself, to develop your character, and then people will like it. It's not that, it's unlikely that you're just born with the perfect character and people will like you. And also, even if you have the best character, but you look like shit and you have no money, women go for people with no money. But, if you look like shit, you're still not getting women, especially the women that you want if you have high standards. And so it's really important to get all the exterior things, but just remember, if there's something about yourself, maybe a past scar or an insecurity or like a trauma that you have inside, something about your character that you didn't develop and that is still there, that will prevent you from getting the women you want. And so you may find yourself in the position, or you may find yourself in the future in this position where you are good looking, you have looks maxed, and you have a good body. You've been going to the gym, you're eating clean. Maybe you have your business or you whatever, and you're decently successful, especially for your age. And you have decent style and you have all these exterior things, and you go out and you try to meet a woman, someone that you really like, someone long term, and you just can't. And you either don't find women that you like, or you find them and they don't really want you in the end. And that is very frustrating. And I understand, because I had that pain and I didn't really know why, as I told you. And I discovered it is about you, about your character. And it's really about removing your insecurities and, just removing your whatever is holding you back and becoming a more rounded person. One thing I want to mention, I think this mainly applies to high quality women, to my definition, who are only open for long term relationships and don't really have too much past issues or too many men that they've been with. And so they will be healthy women, also in their mind, healthy, looking for something healthy, someone secure. And I will go into the character traits afterwards. Um, and for those, that's really important. Character is the main thing after, looks and all. But if you don't have the character, that will not work out. Instead, more short-term women that likely have just set everything apart, that simply look for something short-term. For those, it's less important because, of course, in the short-term game, it's mostly, if not exclusively, about your initial attraction, about the exterior attraction factors. And so you could have like the worst character. If you have good looks, like you're set already. If you have good looks and money and status, you just win. Like nobody cares about your character really, if it's superficial, short term hookup or relationship. Um, and for the longer term relationships, there are a few character traits that I think are super important, or that I saw on myself work very well. And they kind of tie together and they work together. So the main one is being masculine, taking the lead, just showing that you are about yourself, that you're secure, that you're disciplined, that your word holds value, that you're honest. And another good one that kind of goes hand in hand, as I said, that not many people do, I saw that works just so good for me, is being open. If you are open, if you allow yourself to be open and be an open book, basically, just say what you think, say what you feel, assuming that you are generally attractive and you have all other characteristics in place. Because if you just express how you feel and you're a little pussy, right, women will not find it attractive. But if you're masculine, if you're about yourself, if you're, disciplined and focused and just, those attractive traits, and you express that and you're open about it, you're open about your goals, your true ambition, who you want to become, also something you want to change about yourself, some things you have done wrong, and you just express how that woman makes you feel, and what you like and you don't like, and your values. The more you share, the more women feel safe with you because they feel like they know you, and the more they feel they can share. And when women share, and you're also good or at least decent at taking what they share and making them feel good, they would just love you. They would just love you because they will feel so safe with you. And safety is one of the main things women look for. And that's how you make them feel emotionally safe. Even better if if you look big and strong, if you know how to fight, they also feel physically safe with you. But emotional safety is a very big one. And so just open up yourself and just be yourself. And if they don't like you, they don't like you. And it's just not a match. But you don't want to like hide things because women may not like you for who you really are. Right? Just fuck it. If they didn't match, like they just didn't match with the true you, and you want to find someone who matches with the true you, right? And if you can provide, if you can be masculine, if you can be disciplined, if she knows what you say is what you do, and you have that direction, and you're also open, you kind of build a safety fence, like a safety container for her to just be inside with some flowers in her hand, just dancing around and just fully opening her feminine energy, which I think is super beautiful. And so just be that safety net, that safety container where she can just be herself and open up. And so how do you go about changing yourself, developing yourself, just removing those insecurities and lackings and really build yourself up on a character level? First of all, you need to identify the problem. You need to know what is not working. And so just think of past relationships or like thoughts you have, feelings you have, or what comes up when you try to date. What do women reject you on? And either ask them if you can, if you have the balls, and most of them will not tell you. Maybe some of them will, and that will give you a lot of clarity. Maybe you can also ask a good friend that may know or may have you seen. If you ask, it usually doesn't quite work, but it may provide some insights. It will come mainly of you thinking, most likely, and just processing. And once you have identified the problem, then you need to see, all right, what is inside of me that causes a certain behavior? I'll make an example in just a second. What is inside of me that is causing a certain behavior that is then repelling women? And you need to change that, and really, try to develop that, understand why that is and why that is wrong, and define a new behavior for whenever that trigger comes up. Example for me, I used to come across as needy. I used to be needy with women. And I saw that was for my past. I have this tendency for an anxious attachment style. And so whenever there is a little bit of distance, whenever she takes more to respond, or whenever there's like something I may have expressed a little bit weird, or I may have come across a little bit weird, in like, to me that felt kind of scary. That felt like, oh, I messed up. I kind of need to close the distance again and make it good again. And so I may be pushed in myself to double text or triple text or like explain myself and really just overreact for nothing when there was nothing there. And that came across, or like, seek the other person more to close the distance. And that obviously would come across as needy because that was needy. And so I had to really think what was causing these women to get repelled. And I quickly realized what it was. Because it's quite obvious. Usually you kind of know your things yourself. So I realized and I thought, all right, this behavior is wrong. I want to change this behavior. Whenever I feel like I need to close the distance, I will instead, new behavior, wait, do nothing. And if I really feel like I messed up, if I really feel like I've done something wrong, I will do a move, but it will be like a 10x scale back, just a small thing that I do. I will not overreact because I saw for myself there was usually nothing wrong. And if it was wrong, it was not necessarily on me. It was just we didn't match. I was being myself and we just didn't match. And that's all right. I want that. If we don't match, it shouldn't be it, right? And we just find someone who's better suiting. And so now I saw, I just act what feels authentic to me, and I just let it be, and I just don't overreact because I still feel that tendency. I still feel like, oh, have I done something wrong, or was that message weird, or was that too pushed, or I just should close the distance. I just let it be, and that is working fantastically for me. So just I hope it was helpful. Just to make a quick recap, all exterior success factors just buy you more time, and they are important, but ultimately you will be judged based on who you are as a man. And to really develop your character, just think what is not working. Think of insecurities or past issues or scars that you have, likely from childhood, and define a new behavior to replace the old behavior that is not working. A new, healthier behavior. And when it's not working, where you are authentic and it just doesn't work, just let it be. It was not meant to be. And yeah, hope it was helpful. See you in the next video.